What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna be making a video on which boons and flaws you should choose in Deepwoken. Because obviously there's some that are, like good, and there's some that are like bad, like garbage and just yuck, you know? So let's get on with that.
Round one, fight!
Gourmet. In my opinion, it's not that good. Like, there is a bunch of, there's other boons you can pick, but like, obviously situational, and for certain builds, you can go it. But in my opinion, I don't like it. I wouldn't recommend it. Next up, we have auto attack. And in my opinion, it's not good. It seems really good when you're first starting off, but when you actually understand that every single time you power up, you're just gonna have 3 free investment points, which it doesn't actually give you more extra free investment points. It just takes off 3 from the next power up that you will need. So it just kind of makes leveling up faster, but honestly in a worse way. Next up, Maverick. Honestly, I would rather go Maverick over Auto Detect because it just kind of, it gives you an XP buff. From what I've heard, it's not a huge XP buff, but it does actually, obviously, give you faster XP. But it's nice when you're a Void Walker, since most of the time if you're playing a Void Walker, you're going to be alone. Or in general, like if you're just a solo player, you'll be by yourself, which could be somewhat helpful. Up next, Survivalist. In my opinion, I like Survivalist a lot because it gives you the ability, obviously, resistance to environmental effects. It gives you the resistance to acid rain, which obviously starting off, you're gonna be, upper Urza a lot because, you're newer to the game, you're not gonna know that much. And in my opinion, I like using it just because if I'm in upper Urza a lot, it's really nice, not having to deal with the acid rain, slowly just killing you. Up next is, Steadfast. It's honestly, it's not bad. I've never used it personally, but I've heard that it's not honestly like not a huge difference at all. Like, you most of the time you won't really be able to tell it. So from what I've heard, I wouldn't recommend it. Obviously, you can still choose it if you want to go, a certain build. But just letting you know, if you're against an Iron Sing person, it won't matter. Up next is Scrapper. In my opinion, probably the best boon you can get, just because it makes it a lot easier getting those, perfect builds, especially if you're making a perfect build before Shrine of Order. You can easily, get the exact talents that you want with Scrapper, since it gives you, an extra burn and a freeze when you get the Whisper rolls. Up next is Pacmu. Honestly, I wouldn't really go this just because, being able to have a higher carry load and just carry larger quantities of food is not really helpful. I mean, unless you are going like a, let's say, a farming build and you just, or like a, let's say, build where you just grind the money on it, it could be actually pretty useful, since you're just going to be, carrying a whole lot of crap just so you can obviously sell it. So other than that, I wouldn't get it. We have Sly. Honestly, it's garbage. Do not get this. There's literally a talent that you can get if you have, I don't know, certain amount of charisma, but there's legit a talent that you can get that will just, not make this just not important. So there's actually no point of getting this. Now we got flaws. And the first flaw that I'm gonna go with is vegetarian. And I don't like vegetarian because a lot of meat items, especially, the meat man, he can give you actual like buffs when you eat food, which is obviously really helpful when you can do extra damage. So vegetarian, no bueno, not good. Next we have Squeamish, which I don't like Squeamish because Deepwoken is kind of a game where you're supposed to kill people, so kind of defeats the purpose of that unless you're going a pacifist build, which I've seen people do that. So I don't know, you could do it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Up next is Obvious. Honestly, Obvious is not bad. It's actually one of the better ones because, enemies can detect you easily. They still really cannot detect you if you are, crouching and you're behind them. They won't detect you. It's only if you're in front of them. So, it's honestly not really that big of a flaw. Next up, hemophilia. This one is actually also not bad. People think it is pretty bad, but from what I've seen, I think it's like an extra 5% or something that you bleed more, which early game, that's kind of crucial, but like end game, it's honestly, not that big of a difference. Deficient. I've seen people go deficient, like tested it, and I've seen like people are saying that it's almost not noticeable. Honestly, I don't really know because like they could have changed it from like last time I've seen it, but I wouldn't go deficient just because, regenerating ether slowly is kind of, bad because you need ether. Now, fugitive. I don't know why you would actually go fugitive unless you really like, just hate yourself. Then go fugitive, but like if you don't, I wouldn't do it because like you can't, like you literally will spawn and then you will already start being attacked unless you're a void walker, which you can do that and then be a fugitive and your reputation will be already like really bad. Next up is manic, and it's insanity gained from attacks, which if you actually go and search up, sanity and insanity on the Deepwoken like wiki, you'll see that there's legit like 3 attacks that actually give you like a lot of insanity. And I don't know if this is only attacks or if it's like, just in general everything. Like let's say if you're in the depths for a long time, you get more and more sanity over time. But from what I've seen, that it says attacks, and there's a legit like couple of attacks that actually even give you insanity. Plus there's in talents that the more insane you are, the more damage you'll do. So like, I don't really see this as a flaw. Next we have Glutton. Honestly, I keep on getting this after using Shrine of Order, and it is so annoying because you're legit, you swim for like 10 seconds and you literally just ate, and you go and look down bottom left, and all of a sudden your food and water is at negative and your vision's blurry because you literally swam for 10 seconds. It's actually so bad. It's really annoying. I would not take this because obviously you can get food, but like your food is gone in like, 10 minutes. After that, you're screwed. Another flaw I don't have yet is blind. Again, like I said with fugitive, if you hate yourself, you can go blind. There's no reason why you would go blind. It literally just, makes it so you cannot see. It's actually like, it's obviously, not full blind, but it's still really bad. I would not go there. And the last flaw, simple, easily the best flaw. The reason why is because you level up slower, which already leveling up is not that hard. And as well as if you take it, you leave, like let's say like obvious or like manic or glutton, which is unlucky, but you leave those to actually be able to get when you're using the Shrine of Order, which is nice because like if you get something like obvious, it's really not a flaw because obviously obvious is not that bad, but when you're using Shrine of Order, it actually makes it really nice because it leaves the other ones and you get 2 points for it. So there's actually like really no downside. Once you're max level, it's not a fly. It does not affect you. And that is it for my video. If you enjoyed it, please, leave a like, drop a sub. I want to actually start making more videos. I know I said that last time, but I've been playing a lot of Deepwoken, and I do plan on actually making more Deepwoken videos later on, because, it's just a really fun game. So, if you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a sub. If you want like an actual certain video on Deepwoken, just let me know in the comments. Also, you can join my Discord server. It'll be in the link in the description. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.